Would you be surprised if I said it was time to talk the merge again? It could very well be the biggest thing to hit crypto ever, but concerns over confusion and possible price falls in the NFT world are emerging. So what do you need to be aware of as we move ever closer to the merge? Plus, we take a look at the importance of championing women in Web3. Well, the merge is finally almost upon us, and many consider it the biggest technical development in crypto to date. The upgrade will see the Ethereum blockchain's full transition from proof-of-work consensus mechanism to proof-of-stake. The final step in the transition, called Paris, will be triggered by a specific total difficulty threshold. Current predictions expect that to happen by September 15th. While there's great anticipation in much of the crypto industry, there are also concerns over an increased risk of scams and possible devaluation within the NFT space. Forkast Lachlan Keller tells us more.
With 70% of the monthly NFT activity for August, the vast majority of NFTs are currently hosted on Ethereum. However, the merge marks a fundamental infrastructure change at the $200 billion blockchain, and there's expected to be a forking of the network as some seek to resist it. Author Andy Leon told Forkast this will create duplicates of the NFTs hosted on the Ethereum mainnet, and that could have a wide-ranging impact for both the market and investors.
For investors who are closely watching the scene, they might be confused because there may be more fork version of Ethereum after the merge, which might potentially lead to more scams and also a possible problem, which is duplicated NFT asset entering the different system. So this will become a big issue for investors who are not careful with what they are trying to do. Also, to be very honest, there's no guarantee that everything will go according to the plan.
As an industry with very little oversight or regulatory protections, scams are already prevalent in the NFT space, and any added confusion could cost hapless investors untold sums over the coming months. But could there also be a scenario where the market flips as some remain sentimental about the original versions? Leon said that remains to be seen.
The thing depends on how the market reacts. So there are groups of people, especially the miners, they are still pushing, and they think that the POW consensus mechanism works best. So those guys will continue to push their agenda, saying that the original is the POW version. So there will be this kind of a sentiment in the market.
Despite some hesitation over the upcoming changes, Leon is optimistic.
I think that there could be a good rally, to be honest, because when the times are really unstable, a lot of very volatile conditions and all these different set of news about the fork, I think there will be some rally, to be honest. Those guys who are holding on to the so-called old version, they might want to sell it at a cheaper price, who knows?
The technical challenges associated with moving the Ethereum blockchain from proof of work to proof of stake have been enormous, but so too are the benefits. And Leon said the same can be expected for NFTs.
In terms of the speed-wise, it should be improved in terms of transactions. In terms of the energy consumption, I think it will be more effective. But I still strongly maintain my stand that the transaction fees will remain the same.
What lies ahead can only be answered once the merge finally happens, and we'll be keeping watch. I'm Lachlan Keller, Forkast.
The winners of this year's Women in Web3 Changemakers competition have been announced by the NEAR Foundation. Launched in partnership with Forkast, the initiative highlights the achievements and importance of women in the burgeoning Web3 space. 11 winners were selected from among hundreds of nominees, and all of them are out to ensure that Web3 is used as a force for good. And they're also champions for inclusion, influence, and innovation.
There was something about the Web3 space that is about challenging the status quo and creating a better world.
What excites me the most are the economic possibilities that exist for marginalized communities to level up, to gain generational wealth.
This technology allows them to be able to do that, and to do that in a way that generates opportunity for wealth for them.
There is awareness to how technology and the Web3 can actually solve real world problems.
Change making is about collective action and collective impact, and the collective elevating of all of us together.
I think long term we're seeing a transformation to a digital economy that's going to be much more inclusive and less path dependent on the actions of giant corporations.
By showcasing that anyone anywhere can participate, I really think we can make a change.
There are a lot more ideas, use cases of the blockchain than we've hardly scratched the surface, right? And we are getting there.
I don't look at it as making a pivot. I look at it as just the natural next step if one wants to be at the forefront, at the bleeding edge of technology.
Now, what we don't know is what exactly that roadmap is going to look like, but I think that's one of the reasons that it's, such an exciting and interesting space to be a part of.
Too often we see that there is a glass ceiling for women that wants to effectively reach the top.
I wanted to find more people that look like me. I wanted to support their art.
We need to be able to see ourselves in order for us as people to be able to participate.
There's a barrier to entry, and that barrier is knowledge.
I remember I would go on Google to try to research blockchain terms, and it just gets more difficult.
I could see that the technology was revolutionary but failed to understand why it was relevant for my own life.
My goal is to see more ladies embrace, and accept this technology, to see more ladies believe that they can offer value.
Being here in this space lets people know that, one, Black women are participating in blockchain, as well as it gives a signal to others who are waiting in line to jump in.
And if we don't start helping women get into this, we're going to get left behind.
When I found out that I was a finalist as a change maker, man, it made me feel honored.
I was completely in shock.
It's really amazing to see that all the hard work is being recognized.
It's that this kind of change making happens by us opening the doors for other people.
It's amazing, right? We don't do these things for that kind of recognition ever. We do it because we believe in it.
But it's just kind of a reminder of the change that needs to be made in the world. So I feel the responsibility to live up to that.
And finally, a reminder that Forkast's next Crypto Rising livestream event is coming soon. It happens 9 p.m. Eastern, September 21st, 9 a.m. Hong Kong time, September 22nd. Some of Asia's industry's leaders and regulators will be sitting down with Forkast Editor-in-Chief Angie Lau to discuss the future of central bank digital currencies and digital assets and the challenges they present. Sign up at Forkast.News. Alright, that's it from us. Like and subscribe to this video for more content like it. Let us know your thoughts on what's happening in the comments.